this going around.
We do that a lot lately.
Greetings, everyone. This is Inside the College, and I'm Dr. Maggie McMenamin, president of Union County College. Our guest this morning is the superintendent of the Union County Vocational Technical School System, Mr. Peter Capadese. Welcome to the show, Pete.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you for having me here today.
Well, we're delighted to have you join us. And Union County is known for its excellent educational systems, thanks in large part to the support that we get from the Union County Board of Chosen Freeholders. One of our key partners at Union County College is the Vocational Technical School. And under your leadership, there's been significant growth as the years have passed. And I know that you've been in what we call the big chair as superintendent for about 4 years now. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
All right. So tell us, Pete, give us all some information about your background. First of all, where are you from?
I'm from a little town in Hudson County called Bayonne, New Jersey.
Oh, Bayonne. All right.
and really that wasn't ever into education until later in life when I became a school business administrator in the early 90s and moved on to a couple places, worked for the State Department of Education. Ended up in 1999 with Tom Bistocchi in Union County Votech, and from there everything sort of took off.
Well, Tom Bistocchi was somewhat legendary in the vocational school systems, really not just regionally, but across the country.
Absolutely.
So tell us some of the exciting things that are going on at the Union County Vocational Technical School System.
Well, we have some amazing programs. All of our schools are rated in the top 75 in the country, which we're very excited about. We're Blue Ribbon winners. Our Academy for Performing Arts just won a Blue Ribbon.
Now, the Blue Ribbon, that's a national award?
It's a national award given out by the United States Department of Education. You don't apply for it. You're recognized for your excellence in education.
So they come to you and say, what you're doing is stellar.
That's exactly what happens.
Oh, well, that's fantastic.
I'm
so
very proud of that.
The Performing Arts Academy.
Correct.
Tell us more.
We have a multitude of academies, 5 academies. Our Magnet High School, which is for engineering, our Allied Health, which is medical, our Information Technology, which is computer and business generated, and our UC Tech, which is a multitude of mini academies in their programs.
So which is the largest of the academies that are run through the system?
The largest is our Union Tech, UC Tech High School. That has over 450 students in that high school. All the others are around 300.
Okay, so tell us, what kind of programs are offered in the UC Tech? Is that the generic vocational technical school, or for short of any other name to call it?
Pretty much generic, but not your father's vocational school anymore.
Things have changed.
Yeah, things have changed quite a bit. We opened up a multitude of mini academies. We started with exercise physiology for those students who may want to become sports related in sports doctoring. We have a teacher academy for those students who really want to become teachers. Sustainable sciences we have. Our newest one is law and justice, which is taking off like wildfire.
For criminal justice
Yes,
majors.
yes.
Do you have the traditional, I mean, God knows things have changed, but there's always a need for mechanics and hairdressers and carpenters and things of that nature. Are there the traditional vocational programs as well?
Absolutely. When I arrived in 1999, there were 200 shared time students. Those are the ones who came to us a half a day for vocational and career education and went back to their home districts for academics. Since that time, we now have over 1,500 full-time students and around 600 traditional shared time students.
Who could come for a few courses in a particular career program, but return to their own high school for the general education courses?
Correct. They spend about 2 hours and 7 minutes a day with us, and over the course of the year, they can earn 15 credits towards graduation as well.
All right. If I have a son or a daughter here in Union County going to perhaps in the 7th or 8th grade in one of the middle schools in one of our many wonderful school districts, and they say to me, Mom, I want to go to the vocational school to study, let's say, performing arts. Mm-hmm. How does somebody get into any of those academies?
For the academies, they go through an application process. The first step of the process is an information session. Come and hear what we're all about. Many people think we're just the magnet high school, but we're a multitude of high schools. That's part of the process. Then we look at their 7th grade final report cards, their 8th grade first semester report cards. Then they do one of our tests.
Is that a homegrown test or is that a nationally prepared exam?
Homegrown test.
Okay, so
Then using those scores, and strictly those scores, we rank students and accept them by order by town.
how do you maintain a geographical balance so that it's not just all the kids from one community?
You don't compete against the entire county, you compete by town. So if you're here in Cranford, those students from Cranford will have 5 seats available to them for each of our academies. So we take up to 25 students from each community.
So you have the health science, the performing arts, the technology, and what were the other magnets?
Engineering school.
Engineering,
Right.
engineering. And which of those is the largest?
Still UC Tech. Engineering comes in a close second at around 300 students.
Wonderful. So what's on the horizon? What's next on the cutting edge of vocational technical education?
Right now there's nothing really planned for next. With space, we would do much more. We'd love to do a dental. We'd love to do many other things. Space has been an issue with us, but the beauty about the academies or the vocational schools is that we are market driven, and whatever's happening out there, that's going to be the new biggest. We can prepare and put in for a new program and get it approved and run with it.
So the organization, the system that you lead, is agile enough to be responsive to the needs of business and industry and the employer community.
Absolutely. That's really where the ideas of the mini academies came from. Let's respond to clinical care was one of them. We knew that health industry was one and growing and still growing. So we attacked that. Teacher academy. Everyone today wants to be a teacher, and God bless them for wanting to do that. We need them. So the academies really, the mini academies, attack those needs.
Well, we certainly are proud to partner with the Union County Vocational Technical School System led by Superintendent Pete Capadese. These are some of the finest vocational technical schools in the nation, not just in New Jersey, but in the country, ranked among the top 75 every year across the country. Over 1,500 high school students from Union County get the benefit of first-class vocational technical secondary education with the support of the Union County Board of Chosen Freeholders. Thanks, Pete. Thanks, Superintendent Capadese, for joining me today, and thank you for your partnership with Union County College.
My pleasure, Dr. McMenamin. Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to Inside the College. I'm Dr. Maggie McMenamin, president of Union County College. My next guest is the president of our Student Government Association, Pablo Benvenidez. Welcome to the show, Pablo.
Thank you, Dr. McMenamin. I'm glad to be here.
Happy to have you. Now, tell us a little bit about your background. Where are you from?
So I'm actually from Ecuador, but I'm currently living in Elizabeth,
Where'd you go to high school?
I went to high school in Elizabeth, Upper Academy.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So how'd you choose Union County College?
Well, my sister went here before me. She's 3 years older than me, and she had a lot of opportunities here. Not only she's a very good student, but she also got involved, and it helped her a lot when she transferred. So she suggested it to me when I was in high school that I should seek this out as one of my paths.
Okay, tell us about your major. What are you studying at Union County College?
So I'm currently a business major, but I eventually, after I get my bachelor's in business and my associate's in business, I plan on studying corporate law afterwards.
Oh, so going to law school.
Yes.
Wonderful.
That's the plan.
Wonderful.
That's the plan.
When did you start here at Union?
I started in fall of last year.
Okay,
so this
fall
is my
of 15.
Yes, so this is my third semester.
Third semester, and the most important question at Union County College is, when are you going to graduate?
I'm graduating in this spring. Yeah, so I just have a couple of classes left, and then I'll be able to graduate.
All right, so what's the plan after graduation with your associates in business?
So basically right now, I've used my experience here as president of the SGA, of the Student Government Association of Union County College, and I plan on taking that sort of to get myself to be able to seek out the same opportunities in a four-year university.
Do you know which one you'll be looking at?
I'm looking at NYU right now.
NYU?
Yeah.
And what other choices?
Possibly, Rutgers, because they also have their law school that I could attend afterwards.
So Rutgers and NYU are your
Yeah.
two top choices?
Yes, pretty
So
much.
that means I can assume from that you're a very good student.
Yes.
All right, so tell us about your work as president of the Student Government Association.
So basically, the role of the Student Government Association is to increase student involvement. So what we do is we help facilitate clubs, and we encourage students to start their own clubs, to involve themselves with the already active clubs, and we help coordinate events and things like that in our informational seminars, awareness events, sort of to get the students engaged and also aware. And we do educational events, so they can learn while they're outside of class as well.
All right, now I'm going to ask, what's your favorite subject at Union County College? Favorite course?
My favorite course was actually accounting.
Accounting?
Yes.
Now that is a first. Of
Yeah.
all the students I've ever interviewed, you're the first one to say accounting's your favorite.
Yeah, but this semester I took a chemistry course, and I enjoyed that very, very much.
Accounting and chemistry.
Yes.
Okay, how about favorite professors?
Oh man, I have
I
a
know
lot.
you love them all.
I have a
but-
lot. I have so my accounting professor, I had Professor Green. I had two English professors, Dr. Sande, Dr. Shallon, and my chemistry professor, Dr. Haidari. Well, Professor Haidari, yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Now, you said business major now, Rutgers or NYU, majoring in business after you graduate
Yes.
and transfer to one of those schools. And then law. You said corporate law?
Yes, corporate law.
All right, so what do you want to do with that? Tell us, where's Pablo in 10 years?
Well, before I came to that conclusion, I always wanted to involve myself in the law field. And then when I did the research for it, I started sort of like looking up more things that involve businesses. And a lot of what corporate lawyers do is they involve themselves with businesses. They help with mergers, they help with getting businesses set up. So things like that started interesting me. The more research I did, the more I felt comfortable with what I could possibly do in the future. And then after that, it just felt like this is what I have to do. After I took business law classes in high school, and then I took some business classes here, it kept piling on, and it kept helping that decision.
Pablo, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for everything you do representing over 10,000 students here at Union County College as president of our Student Government Association.
Thank you for the opportunity to do that.
We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to Inside the College. I'm Dr. Maggie McMenamin, president of Union County College. I have two more guests for our show today, and I'm delighted that we have another student guest, and he is Bao Nugent, one of our American Honors Scholars here at Union County College. And we're also joined by Doug Rouse, who is the executive director of the Union County College Foundation. Welcome, Bao, and welcome, Doug.
Thanks for having us.
It's great to have you both here with us. And I'm going to start with Doug. Doug, tell us a little bit about the Union County College Foundation.
Well, thanks for the opportunity to come and talk to you about our foundation. So our foundation is the signature fundraising organization for Union County College. Last year alone, we invested over $1 million in student scholarships, the most we've ever done in the history. And that's really primarily from the generosity of our communities, our donors, the members of all three of our boards, joining together, understanding the importance of what we do here at Union County College.
So when you raise money for the foundation, where does that money go?
Well, the money comes into the foundation, and then we provide it to our financial aid office, who then distributes it to our students.
So the money raised goes directly to helping students.
100% of every scholarship donation made goes right to our students.
That's wonderful. Now tell us about students. I know we have a student here with us, and I think he's one of our foundation scholars.
He absolutely is. We couldn't be more proud to present a scholarship to Bao. He is a true testament to what our mission is all about, is helping our students. Our student success initiatives at the foundation have really grown over the years, and it really excites us when we meet students like Bao, who without a scholarship probably would not be able to come to Union County College. And so we're really excited that we're able to help fund Bao and hundreds of other students.
Transforming our community one student at a time.
Absolutely.
Now, one of those students who we believe is transforming our community is Bao Nugent. So Bao, you live in Elizabeth now?
Correct.
And what are you majoring in here at the
My
college?
major is business.
Business major. We have another business major from Elizabeth. So how did you choose Union County College?
It was nearby and it was affordable.
Affordability
I walked
was
two
one of
streets down and I saw Kellogg County College or Elizabeth County College, and I applied right away.
And so you saw the Kellogg building.
I saw the Kellogg building.
One of our foundation donors, Doug.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about the Kellogg Group.
Well, the Kellogg family have been involved with the Union County College and the foundation for over 30 years. Elizabeth Kellogg, who the building is named for, was a president and chair of our foundation board. And the Kellogg family currently funds two major scholarships, one for our American Honors students from Elizabeth and one for our nursing students in Elizabeth. Over the years, they probably invested in our foundation a couple $1 million in support of our students.
That's a great foundation. That's a great story about the Kellogg family. And Mrs. Kellogg's name on our building in Elizabeth was one of the first things you saw when you selected Union
That's
County College.
absolutely correct.
What are your plans? Well, first, when are you graduating?
I would be graduating next semester in May 2017.
May of 17. And what are your plans after graduation from Union County College?
I would hopefully like to get accepted into Columbia or NYU and continue my degree there into my master's.
Business also?
Yes.
All right, so 10 years from now, where is Bao Nugent?
Well, I'd love to come back as a foundation donor.
Well, we'd
That would
love
be-
that too.
That would be great.
Don't worry, we'll remember you.
We will.
I will be back.
So where do you see your career going after finishing at Union, graduating from a four-year school with your degree in business, and then your, I assume, MBA after that?
So I've learned a lot from Union County College, and I want to get a degree in entrepreneurial business and focus on education management. One thing that from being a student from middle school, high school, in the contemporary society is that I took a freshman seminar class at Union County College, and it taught me a lot of soft life skills, time management, advising, that I think would be great if it was in high school and middle school, because I think that that freshman seminar would be an equalizer for social poverty.
Wow, that's great. I mean, when I hear a college student talking about soft skills like time management, organization, communication, problem solving, and those are the kinds of things that you learned in your seminar course.
Yes.
And you want to bring that to students when they're younger?
Yes.
High school students.
High school, middle school, and I think that my sister did not want to pursue a college degree and wanted to pursue cosmetology, which I think is fine, but I think that an advisement in high school would help her really work and make a plan for her future.
So you want to pay it forward.
Absolutely.
You want to help others get the benefit of higher education.
Of what I've received.
That's great. That's great. When will you find out about NYU or Columbia? When will you hear?
Well, we are in finals week right now, so right as soon as these finals ends, I will apply.
You're going to send in your application.
I will send in my application.
All right. Well, we wish you luck with that. Now, Doug, tell us a little bit about how Bao and students like Bao have given back to the foundation even while they are here as students of the college.
Well, students like Bao, and Bao specifically, have been involved in foundation requests. Just recently, we had a representative from the Hearst Foundation come in and visit the college, and our application for a grant request was to fund a scholarship for our American Honors students. And so during our tour, we brought Mr. Irish to the American Honors room, and Bao was one of, I think, 5 or 6 students who talked about their experiences. Bao was the keynote speaker at our holiday party this year. We've had other students who presented at our galas, our golf tournaments, at other events that we have. But most importantly, Bao and members from our Phi Theta Kappa and our SGA came in and were part of our 2016 Thankathon, where we called about 500 of our donors and to thank them for their contributions.
So the students from Union County College got on the phone and called and thanked our donors?
Absolutely.
They didn't ask for money, they
Not
just
one
called
penny.
to say thank you.
No, they just called to thank them for their support.
Now tell us about that experience.
So we came in, and the least that we could do after receiving a scholarship is call them and thank them. And coincidentally, I was actually able to call the Kellogg Foundation. I had no idea. And I was going through and just talking to these guys. Sometimes I would make a call, and I would talk to them for 10 minutes and 11 minutes, and I've never felt so supported that
From
how
the
happy they were.
donors.
From how happy they were just to hear thank you. That they give us all of this, and all they ask in return is gratitude. And they don't even ask for that, but we give it, and it was a very special feeling.
They were delighted to hear it.
I was honored.
That was wonderful. Now, Doug, we had an event recently, and it was a holiday party, and I know that Bao was our student speaker at the holiday party. Can you give us a little setup? We're going to ask Bao to do his speech that he gave to our donors. Could you set it up for
Sure.
us?
This is our annual holiday party, and we have about 100 to 250 guests that come in. They're primarily our donors to the foundation. And each year we have asked one of our scholarship recipients to thank them, give a little story about their life and how they came to Union and what that scholarship, that individual support really meant to them. And I've been doing fundraising and working on emotional speeches for 25 years. Never in my entire life have I ever heard a speech given with such clarity of what the mission meant to that individual who benefited from the support. Not a dry eye in the house. It was tremendous.
You're going to have an opportunity to hear from one of our American Honor Scholars, one of our foundation scholars, as he describes his gratitude for the donations that have helped to fund scholarships for needy and hardworking, responsible students here at Union County College. Bao Nugent.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bao Win, and I'm here today to return something to you that does not belong to me. Currently, I am a business major, a straight-A scholar, and the proudest status that I hold is being a full-time student. But it wasn't always like this. If you had told my mother in 1992 that this would be her son's destination, she would have laughed. Or rather, she would have asked you, "Dai học là cái gì?" which translate from Vietnamese to, "What's a college?" In 1992, my mom was living in Vietnam and was forced to move alone to a refugee camp in Thailand called Sikiu Camp. Sikiu Camp was a former prison, and after research and comparing it to stories from my mom, I learned that the camp was rotten. The guards were abusive. Refugees would sleep in cold cells, and they were only allowed to eat meat once a week. The portion of their meats were comparable to the size of your thumb. It was under these conditions that on a hot summer day in August of 1992 that I was born. The guards warned my mother that if she were to keep the child, they would not increase her rations. Resilient and full of love, she would nurse and raise me using limited supplies until the camp closed in 1995. When the camp was shut down, the United Nations asked my mother where she wanted to go. Traumatized from the turmoil in Vietnam, she requested America, and by serendipity, she chose Plainfield, New Jersey. In 1995, I was 3 years old when we headed for America. The rest of my life, I will tell you from memory. When I was 5, we lived in a laundromat, washers and dryers. It had a playground in the back, like green soccer turf and a slide over it, and an arcade machine. I slept in the slide, and the owners of the venue made the arcade games free, a kid's dream. However, at the time, my mother was working 7 days a week in a factory. The following years of living in the United States would be a string of poverty that generally comes with being an uneducated immigrant. Moving, constantly, I lost count after the 14th time, eating on the floor and sleeping in cars. At 7, I remember searching for loose coins in the cracks of the sidewalk of the street so that we could purchase milk. But, oddly enough, those were the best days of my life. I got to spend quality time with my mom. I literally had no idea that we were poor. Mothers are amazing. Fast forward to my high school graduation in 2010. I chose not to pursue a college degree and worked a full-time job teaching tennis in order to support my family. 40 hours a week of physical labor teaching summer tennis under the hot beating sun was not enough. She still had to work, 10 hours a day and 7 days a week. One day, I saw her asleep on the kitchen table, fatigued from work. After 22 years of watching my mom suffer, I had enough. She sacrificed her whole life to present me with an opportunity to really be something. We were poor, but education is the great equalizer. The following week, I applied to Union County College. Unfortunately, I had only been residing in Union County for 2 months and had to pay the out-of-county tuition, roughly $4,000. I borrowed money from close friends and exhausted my savings to fund my tuition for my first semester. College was hard. I failed my first 2 exams in math and accounting. Sorry, Mom. I thought about quitting, but my mother's belief in the benefits of a degree inspired me to continue. I took 5 courses, and I pulled out 5 straight A's my first semester. When I registered for my second semester, I still did not satisfy the residency requirement for in-county tuition. I'll just skip a year, I told myself. Save up money and just pay in-county tuition. After telling a classmate about my plan, he joked and said, "Go apply for the foundation scholarship. What do you have to lose?" I did just that. 2 weeks elapsed, and to my disbelief, the foundation awarded me a full scholarship for my second semester. I ran home and broke the good news to my mom. She cried. She was so happy that she even took the night off of work for the first time in years, and we went out for dinner. I will never forget how I slept that night. For the first time ever, money was not a problem. The following semester, my third, was also covered by the foundation. I took reduced hours at work and was afforded another luxury, to learn for the sake of learning. I joined American Honors and took an honors history class, and I have never learned so much in my life. I was very pleased. The instructor of that course, Dr. Valerie Hurley, would turn out to not only be my favorite professor, but also a foundation donor. After managing my academics, I became invested in the community and became the president of Union's Honor Society, Phi Theta Kappa, with one focus in mind: to return the blessings that I have received from Union County students, faculty, and staff back to the community. In short, paying it forward. Myself and the lovely Kappans consistently engage students and encourage them to apply for the Foundation's scholarship. Till this date, over 25 students have approached me with a story about how receiving a scholarship has changed their lives. Freshmen, parents returning to school, and students who've had a similar story to my own approach me crying about how their life has changed. They tell me things like, "I don't have to work 2 jobs to afford school, Bao. My children and family are at ease thanks to the scholarship, Bao. The scholarship made me feel special, as if I am worth something, as if my hard work is being acknowledged. Thank you, Bao," they all say. But, oh right, sorry, I remember now. There is something that I have that needs to be returned to you. The happiness, the pleasure, the gratitude, and honor that I have felt firsthand from assisting these students does not belong to me. It belongs to you, the donors. We can only walk through doors that are open, and you, all in here, have made it possible. On behalf of myself, my mother, and the students of Union County College, thank you for saving and changing our lives.
You've been listening to Bao Nugent, an American Honors Scholar, second-year student here at Union County College. He's a recipient of a scholarship from the Union County College Foundation, and he just offered his gratitude to all donors to the foundation for supporting him and students like him in their pursuit of higher education. Union County College and the Union County College Foundation are transforming our community one student at a time, and Bao Nugent is one example of the students who benefit from your generous donations. On behalf of the entire Union County College community, I'm Dr. Maggie McMenamin, president of the college, and thank you for joining us on Inside the College.